Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today, no silly introduction. We're getting straight to business.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this, as you can tell, other people care, other people don't. If you care, hey, you care. If you don't, hey, you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But I care because obviously that man looks exactly like me. Could have been anyone. So today, our topic, as you may not, actually, you may not, you may
You
know
may
this because of the
it'll be
news.
in the
Exactly.
title. Yeah.
Exactly. So Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
George Floyd, just everything in America. Because I mean, America has been not only America,
No,
everyone.
it's not just the U.S. Yeah. It's just
It's
that.
not only the US. It's
Yeah.
just that what happened now was
Mm-hmm.
just in the US, and people are fed up, and
Yeah.
people are like, "Why is it different now?" Because, bruh, all of us are not going to work now. We have energy. Now we have time to be like,
True.
we've had enough of
True.
this. You know, if it,
Yeah.
I kid you
That's
not,
that's actually a good reason, like, as to why this is
exactly.
happening now, because people were
Mhm.
wondering why is it happening now, but this never happened like before. Like protests like
Exactly,
this.
because people are now like we're
People
tired,
have
and now
time.
we've got
People have
time.
time. Yeah.
Exactly, we've got time. We're not going to work now. We're seeing bullshit, and we're like, nah, bro,
Mm.
this is enough, man. When
Yeah.
this has been happening now for like 600 and something years, bro. Like we're
Definitely.
tired,
Yeah.
but
Will Smith said that,
mm,
like, racism isn't getting worse. It's just getting filmed. It's just getting
exactly,
filmed. Exactly. That's what's happening, man. Because, like,
dude. I mean,
and the people
mhm,
want to say this all started around the time Obama came around. The thing is, the time Obama came around was 2008. 2008 is
mhm,
when we started getting phones with, like, cameras and stuff. That's around
yeah,
the time we all started getting
smartphones.
social media and stuff. Exactly.
Mhm,
So, like, it has nothing to do with him. It's just that that's around the time we got this technology to, like, actually be able to share what's going on in the world.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, obviously you've seen the George Floyd video. That guy was that man. Actually,
That
let me
was
not even
hard to
call him a
watch,
guy.
man. Yeah.
Pardon my English. That man, that person who's old enough, he has got kids.
Yeah.
He's a father actually.
I heard. Yeah.
You know, why I honestly think they killed him is because he was influential. You see, any influential black man gets killed. I can give you a list. Oh, you want to give me a list?
Tupac.
Nelson Mandela. Though he was, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's Tupac, Biggie. I think that was more of a
That was more of
street
like,
wars.
yeah. But yeah, I get
Okay,
what you mean. Nelson
gang
Mandela,
wars. Yeah.
yeah.
But let me talk about people like Nelson Mandela. He was not killed. He was put in jail because everyone knows when you have someone who's influential, smart,
Yeah.
and can gather people. What one thing people hate is someone who can gather
Who
people.
can bring
So
change, and you need to,
Exactly,
like,
Nelson Mandela.
shut them
Actually,
down.
Nelson Mandela, Simon Masaka Pwepwe. If you guys don't know this, these are African freedom fighters. So you guys may not be aware of it. Most
Uh-huh.
of you may, others may not. But like, let's say Malcolm X, he was killed.
Malcolm
Everyone,
X, yeah.
I was watching something about conspiracy theories with Joe Rogan's Experience. I love that
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
and it was talking about. Do you know JFK was talking about secret societies, and do you know Martin Luther King, after he gave "I Have a Dream" speech,
Yeah.
he was put in FBI. He was put as number one most dangerous person in America.
Oh wow, really? I did not know
Yep,
that. I did not know that.
exactly, exactly. So MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., was put as number one. This is the problem with people. You see, I was going through. I have not posted anything on my
Same.
Instagram.
Same,
I
yeah.
haven't.
I'm not
I
doing
was
the
just like,
whole
you know what?
black picture thing. I feel like, look, MJ, I feel like if you want to do something, get out on the streets and do it. And if you can't,
True.
then you can at least talk about it, like spread awareness
Hmm.
in another way. But I feel like posting a black picture, to me personally, it sounds
For you,
petty.
that
To me, it sounds
you're
petty.
allowed.
That's, yeah.
You,
I
you see,
if anything, I would rather donate to, like, the
mhm.
George Floyd Fund, the
Yeah.
Memorial Fund, and all that.
Best, let me tell you
Yeah.
one thing, my brother. You're allowed to do
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you think is helpful them for
No,
the
because
movement.
right now it's a
There's
very
no
thin
wrong or
line.
right.
Right now, there's a very
Exactly.
thin line between either you're, like,
Hmm.
supporting what happened, or you're, like, against it.
Best, don't ever worry what other people think.
Yeah.
If you're in, like I would say, intentions matter. If your
It's all, but
intentions are
that's the thing.
pure,
People don't look at that. Okay, so right now people are saying, if
this
you're,
is the world we live in. Best,
no,
everyone
no,
says like
everyone,
if I
yeah,
say
yeah.
I'm against gay marriage, oh my word, MJY, I'm like, bruh, I'm against it. We can still have a discussion.
Yeah.
That people were atheists. I have friends who I have black friends. I have friends who are, I have
Yeah.
friends who are atheists. I don't
Yeah.
sit. I can't be friends with you. Like that's what they believe.
No,
Like
that's not what it's
you,
about. No, no.
you can't force your beliefs on people. I'm not
Definitely.
saying I'm a Christian or anything. I'm still getting to know why religion is important. I'm studying why it is.
This whole time
Mm.
we've been talking about like if you're against gay marriage or anything, then all the human rights activists like get on your case about it. The
Yeah.
thing is, what's happening right now, what happened with George Floyd, this is
Mhm.
human rights, like human
Yeah.
rights territory. This is
These are
like
important things.
this is
These are
the peak.
important
This is
issues.
important
Exactly.
because this is about life and death. But what I'm saying is, people are
Exactly.
going like, if you're quiet about this, that means you're on that side. Like if you choose to keep quiet about this, you're on that side. I personally, I'm not quiet about this. That's why we're literally talking about this. But I'm just saying
Of
there are
course.
people who are quiet about it. That doesn't mean they're neutral about it. They can have their opinion inside. They just don't have to voice it. I feel
One
like those
thing.
people shouldn't be
Mhm.
getting shit for it. That's all I'm saying.
First of all, one thing I can tell you best is other people don't care if it's not them.
Yeah,
I can tell you one thing. People in Malaysia, some of them are quiet. It's like, this is not our battle. So,
yeah,
they're quiet. Like, this is the black people. In Malaysia, I've told you this.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was called a nigger by he's not a friend. Someone you just know,
Acquaintance.
acquaintance.
Yep.
Exactly. We're in the same class. He called me a
Mm,
nigger.
mm.
He did that and he came to me and I told him, bruh, I handled it in a very calm,
Diplomatic manner. Yeah.
because if I trip, oh no, look at MJ. How could he do that?
Yeah.
MJ,
Because the
because that's the
stereotype, right?
thing.
Stereotype. Yep.
Angry black man, angry black woman.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
stereotype.
Yep.
I
Yep.
hate it. What I did at first, I debated, should I go tell the lecturer? So I did. I was like, I hate that pussy move. Like, but I did it. I was
Yeah.
just like, sometimes you put your pride and your ego, because I didn't want it to become an issue. So
Mhm.
I told her, and I told the guy, and he apologized.
Yeah.
Though I went to the lecture and she's like, you understand black culture. I was like, you know what? She's also Asian. So obviously people will not understand. I can't
Mhm.
expect people to understand why, if someone calls me a nigger, why it's offensive. Why do black
Definitely.
people use it? Do it. Sometimes we just use it. We're trying to take power away from the
Yeah.
thing. Yes, we
Yeah.
use it.
And it's the thing is like, because I can relate to a certain extent because we have a derogatory term as well that the British would use against people of my skin, my color. They would
Mhm.
call us pakis. That's
Okay.
just like, that's just to like degrade what you are, just
Of
like
course.
like
Of
the
course.
lowest
Racial
form, like
slurs. Yeah.
the lowest like respect you could give a brown person is just call them like paki, someone from the
Mm.
subcontinent. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you saw Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
So
do.
like
I watched it.
Freddie Mercury got called a paki, and he was like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
even from
remember. Yeah,
Pakistan though. So the point is,
exactly.
just like the word then word, it
Mm.
was against Nigerians as the word goes, like at the start, from what I've heard, because
I,
from
I
what
just
I've
know it
heard, I
was.
don't know, but like the point I'm trying to make is, but now it's a word for like a derogatory term for like every black person. So all I'm
Yeah.
saying is like, I get what you mean. Like I can use it. I literally use like with my family and stuff. Like when we're talking, sometimes like I use it. I'm like, oh yeah, I got some Paki food for us. Like like Pakistani food.
Yeah.
I just say Paki because I can do it, but
Mm-hmm.
they can't do it. So I
Mm-hmm.
get what you mean when you say
Mm-hmm.
you can use the N word, but
Mm-hmm.
the other people can't, because there's always a double meaning, like
Of
Jordan or Lucas
course.
said.
Of course.
Mhm.
Which is true, but but now let's take the main focus is on George Floyd, and obviously,
Definitely, yeah.
if you may not know, there was
Mhm.
this girl in Nigeria, actually a girl who was raped because she was trying to study in a church. She was raped in a church and she was murdered.
Yeah.
So there's an outrage in Nigeria because now this is black men, raping a black lady. She was 22 years old, so she's a
Mhm.
young lady.
What,
So
they
which
were
is also
against her,
messed up.
like
No,
getting out
as
of
in
the
she was
house and all that?
studying. No, she was just studying. She didn't do anything. They just raped her. Obviously, for those who may know, there's also, I'm seeing it, of course. I just also read about it. She was 22. She was studying microbiology,
Yeah, man.
and yeah, she was raped and she was murdered. So, which is messed up. But either way, with George Floyd, he was not murdered. He was execution, man. That's an execution right there.
That's
That's how
manslaughter,
you
man.
exactly.
I
No,
just
no.
kept like, I
That's how
wish.
how you kill animals, right?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
you
yeah.
kill animals.
Definitely.
Like you
We
step on the
That's
back.
literally
Yeah.
what my dad said, because he showed me the video, and it was hard to watch,
Mhm.
man. But the way he
It's
was like
hard to watch, bruh.
suffocating, the way he was
Bad.
suffocating, that's literally
I
how
couldn't
we
watch it.
that's literally how we like
I
put
couldn't watch it.
down a goat, like when we like sacrifice it and all that. Like
Hmm.
as it's losing its breath,
Yeah.
that's literally
Yep.
how it was, man.
Dude, I did.
I kept wishing that someone could push the cop off. I know that would
No one
make
does
things
that.
worse, but like I just wish like that guy could have
If
gotten
a
a
black
chance.
person, if a black person did it, it would have been double the thing, even
It's just
worse
like
for
I
the other
keep
guy.
thinking, what was that guy trying to do? What was the cop trying to do? Like he literally went in there to kill him. Like that was his intention all
Yeah,
along.
and
Like
because that's the thing with white people; they think they're above the law.
But this is like
Literally,
MJ. This
America.
is
Mhm.
this is like being psychotic, man. This is another
No,
level of like
white people. Jeffrey Epstein. You
psychopathy
know
right there.
this.
Yeah, I know. But like
You,
that's still towards sex. So I can still
no, but we talked about
get it.
LGBT.
P and
You know
everything.
that
Yeah.
we
But
did, right?
look,
We,
I'm
the
not. I'm
P is
talking about
for what?
murder. I'm talking about
Pedophilia, right?
murder. All right. I'm talking about murder.
Okay,
Like
let's focus on murder. Yeah,
cold heart, just cold blooded murder. Like how?
that's not murder. That's execute. First of all,
Which is worse. Which is worse. Exactly.
which is worse. It's like me best come into your room. I tie your hands and then I stand behind you on your neck and just
Yeah.
slowly. It's not like there was mercy in that. Merciful killing is where
No,
I
no,
shoot
that's
you
different.
once and
Yep.
you're
Yep.
dead. That was just like this person. I'm gonna kill this person. And the thing is, you even saw he didn't care. He was being recorded,
Yeah.
and
He
he didn't
didn't
care.
care. He didn't even
didn't.
once say like stop recording or anything.
He didn't. I
Because
didn't watch. You
he
see,
thought he would get away with it like most of them
I didn't
did.
even watch the whole. I didn't watch the entire because I'm tired, man. Because if you watch so much of this, you get desensitized, which is true.
It's just for me, MJ. Like I was
Mm.
thinking, like, what are all these people doing? I get that they gave us the message, they showed us what happened, and if without them, this wouldn't all be possible with the protests and everything right now. So props to them. But do you not feel like they could have been doing more rather than just like keep a phone right there recording you? You know, a dying man.
Depends. It depends. What
There's
was
one man
recorded.
I know. He kept yelling. He kept saying, "You got to fight or you can't win. You got to fight or you can't win." I think he was also black. He kept trying to tell him to get up and get in the car or they're gonna kill you. He kept saying that, and that's what happened.
Do you know why? You know I was arrested at the beginning, right?
I've heard, but I've heard mixed things. So I'm not-
Apparently, you never know. Stories go around, but apparently he had a counterfeit $20 a $20 bill counterfeit
okay.
$20 bill, and apparently that's why he was arrested. I feel like he was arrested because that man was influential. He was a good man.
Mhm.
So obviously, when you're a good person, people just don't like you. There's some people who just don't like you because they just don't like you. I don't know
True.
why.
True.
Some people don't like MJ because they just don't like MJ.
We
I
got
don't
a
know why.
dislike on the previous podcast, so yeah. But
No,
that
it's
means
okay.
that's a good thing, yeah. Because
It's a
I
good-
feel like if you aren't getting dislikes, that means you haven't even left the house yet. You know,
No,
like it's
dude,
all
like,
people
dude,
who support you and everything.
It's good to have
Yeah.
dislikes. It's okay. You see, the problem with this world we live in is we think that because I think a certain way, everyone should think like this.
No,
Dude,
definitely not.
did you see that video of Miss Malaysia?
No, I
She
didn't.
was the former Miss Malaysia. Do you know what she said?
Nope.
And she chose to be born black. I was just watching this, like literally. You're
She
telling
said
me
that she chose to be black.
Yeah, yeah. No, she said you guys chose to be born black. This is her. Let me even. So
Was this one of
girl was
those
in this-
questions they ask all the models? Like,
Her name is Samantha. I can't pronounce her last name.
no. But listen, was this like?
Look,
Her
this
just-
is her. If you guys can see, that's her.
Okay, was she just talking about it, or was it like, on stage when they're about to win those like contests,
Mm.
beauty contests?
Yeah.
Did they ask her a question, the political question?
No. This was she just posted on her Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah,
And she just
and
literally
she was
said
like,
you
you
guys
know,
chose to be black.
Yeah, no, I saw another post where like, no, these black people, man, why are they making so much noise? Like I said, this was from Asians. I'm like, you guys don't understand
But I'm
because
Asian,
if-
man.
no, this was Chinese. Should
Okay,
I say?
Far Eastern.
Let me say.
Far
Sorry
Eastern.
for generalizing. Let me
Generalize
speak.
Far Eastern. Far
Yeah.
Eastern.
Let me say Chinese. Let me actually be correct, not political correct. I don't like that nonsense. Be correct.
No, if you say Far Eastern, that works.
Yeah, let's say
Don't
Chinese.
say
This
Oriental.
was-
Apparently, you can't say Oriental anymore.
Yeah,
but,
I don't care, bro. I don't care. Oriental, Continental, Hotel. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna say it. So like
Yeah, I feel like we have bigger problems in the world, like you can see.
exactly than saying let's talk
than
about
using the
what
wrong
sex-
words. Like,
Exactly. So
unless
like
it's a derogatory term. Like,
yeah, that I understand.
there's a
of
C
course.
word, by the way, if you don't know, for like Asians. So
Chink.
yeah, you said.
I know
didn't
that.
say- what I'm
I
trying to
know,
say is-
but I know it.
yeah,
The thing is, like, I know these things, but why ever go around calling these people this? No, I
all I'm
don't.
saying is it doesn't
'cause I
come
respect
close to
myself.
the N word. So yeah,
Of course,
because
I mean,
it doesn't
it's-
come close to the history around it.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, dude, like, these people are like, look at these black people just making noise. What's this? Black Lives Matter.
Mhm,
Like, they literally took a screenshot of what people were doing. I was like, bruh.
Look,
This
look, I get that racism is something that people of all
Never-
races can suffer from, but the way black people suffer from it is like
it's worse.
it's incomparable.
It's
it is.
worse.
Yeah, it's
Here,
the worst of the
you're more
worst.
likely in Malaysia, where I stay. You're more likely to get good accommodation than me.
I know. I've
because
heard about it. Yeah.
I used to tell my friends, like, I can go And this is what my friends would say. No, MJ, the problem is you're racist against yourself. I'm not.
You're
So
racist
I look
against
at,
yourself.
right? I look at
I
them.
don't
I'm
know what that's
like,
supposed to mean, man.
guys, what are you saying? Like
That's like
one girl,
when such a I don't even know what to say to
mm,
that. It's just like when people just want to have something to say, but they don't know what they're
right?
talking about.
No, I just said, the girls. One was from Pakistan, but stays in
Oh wow,
Saudi. The other,
I'm
yeah, the
sorry,
other
man,
girl was
that you
from.
had to go through
No, no,
that.
it's okay, but sometimes ignorance. Sometimes you have to teach these people.
Yeah,
It's not their fault. Sometimes people live in a bubble. It's not their fault. Once you go out of home, out of your place, out of your home country, it's your duty, your right to educate yourself. Education doesn't
definitely.
necessarily
No,
mean
if
you walk.
anything, it's your duty to like
Mm,
educate yourself before you
of
go,
course,
because
of
you're going to
course,
experience like a lot of
every
different
day,
cultures. Yeah,
every day, every day. Actually, when you walk out
yeah.
of
Every day when you walk out of the house, you should be
of
ready to
course,
like respect the world.
educate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, but that's the thing. Like most. Like, listen, I don't expect someone who doesn't look like me to care. If you don't
Mhm.
care, you don't care.
Yeah.
I can't force you to care. It's just like I can't force you to do anything. If I give you a book, read this to become successful. You can read it, or you can just watch it, or give it
But
away.
but but MJ, this is the thing, we like let people go off too
Mm.
easy. The thing is, everyone needs to be human though. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, like we
yeah,
could say, oh, you don't need to like me, but you need to be
yeah.
human at the end of the day, or
No,
you don't.
you don't need to like me, but you have to respect me.
You have to
That's
respect.
that's that
You,
that's the thing.
you need to be
I
human.
don't
Yeah.
like I do not disrespect anyone. I do not hate anyone. I do not like. I don't do this. I like this person. No, no, no.
Yeah.
I just come from a thing is like if you and I cannot agree on certain issues, it's
Mhm.
okay. We don't have to. But if you choose to walk away, I've had one of my friends was saying he's an atheist. He had one person come up to them and say, because you're an atheist, I cannot be your friend.
Mhm.
I mean, one thing is he's entitled to do that. If
Yeah.
someone says MJ you're black, I don't want to be a friend, you're entitled to do that. I'm not gonna lose sleep. I'm not gonna you see, best one thing is like I'm not gonna lose sleep over what people think about me. You have
Yeah.
to decide, like, you have to know thyself. There's this saying, the greatest piece of advice is know thyself. It's easy but hard to follow. Because this world will tell you, no, 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 you're not beautiful. I always tell people this. Look at Netflix. Let's talk about the things we watch.
Uh-huh.
The things we watch empower white. I was talking about, I love the show called Scandal, but I stopped watching Scandal because I was watching this beautiful, strong black woman, right?
Yeah.
Having an affair with a white man. I was just like, if you watch that and you
Yeah.
don't know sometimes how these things subconsciously affect you, I was
Definitely, I get
like,
what you mean. Yeah. It's
exactly. I
like
was like,
it's it had a good message, but then they kind of messed it up with that. Like they should have, because
exactly. You see, no,
MJ. Okay, I watched
mm,
The Good Place, right?
mhm.
I don't know if you've ever watched The Good Place. I think you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chidi, right? The guy
Chidi
from
Chidi
Senegal, right?
from
He
Nigeria.
no, he was he was from Senegal, but
Yeah.
he got with this one girl Simone from Australia who was also black. So when I saw that, that was like a while after maybe Black Panther that I had seen a black couple in a movie or in a show,
Mhm.
because they don't ever like really show. I get that, MJ, I get why they don't show it, because they want to show like interracial relationships can work. They want to show that black man, white woman can be together, or a black woman and a white man can be together. I get that, but you also need to promote like just like black couples and black families and all that, because there's not much of that, man. They
Yeah.
always try to like mix it up, and you know what? Like as an adverse like effect of it, a converse effect of it, it just what it does
Hey,
is like what it does is make you think that black women don't like they prefer white men over black men,
yeah.
or
That's what
like
I'm saying.
maybe
If you
black men prefer white women over black women.
Exactly. I mean, this is also depending on the maturity of the person who. I've had a honest conversation with some of the girls. I was like, would you see yourself marrying a black man? Some of them said yes. Others said no, because obviously, I love this. But I was like, do you think you've been influenced by social media
Definitely,
or movies? And they said yes.
definitely.
Like, ever since I started watching K dramas, like, I started looking at Asian men a bit different. I was like, you see, we are
Exactly.
strongly influenced
Do you
by
know or
what
see
we
how
watch.
everyone is so in love with like all these K-pop stars now? Why? How? Because
No, as in, I mean,
media.
of
Like that's what it
one,
does.
I mean, first of all, like I do like K-pop myself as
No,
well.
MJ, I'm not talking
I
about the
mean,
music. I'm not talking about the music. I'm
I
only
know,
talking about
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know
being
what you mean.
attracted to them
Exactly, exactly.
through their physical features
I
and
know what you
everything.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
for the
but
longest time,
mm,
this whole racist like hierarchy would go like as far as, physically.
White man at the top, white woman
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Everyone else between the
That's how it
black
would
man
go.
and the
Yeah.
black woman are at the bottom.
So and I, like Asians aren't even like part of it because no one cares about us. But that's different. That's
Mm.
we have another like hierarchy, right? Well, what I'm trying to say is
Okay.
like now though you see things changing up a bit, popping up here and there, and most of that is because of media, man. No, I don't want to say most. I want to say almost all of it is because of media. The fact that now Asian people are like like free people from the Far East are being like very romanticized and stuff, which is good for you. But all I'm saying is that it's not being done the right way, because notice how most of these like people from the Far East, from Asia or anything, they have to be
Mm.
so whitewashed to be able to like appeal to
They have white names as well.
yeah, to be able to like to be able to
Also,
appeal to like the West.
I've met people. What's your name? My name is Lincoln. Or my English name is Samuel. I was like, well,
Yep,
what?
yep, yep,
You have
yep,
an
yep,
English
yep.
name?
You get what I mean.
Exactly.
So
I
that's
get
what
what
I'm
you
saying.
mean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing you see with being black. I mean, I had a friend. He even asked me like, "MJ, are you okay? How are you handling how?" I was just like, "Bruh, I'm doing research. I'm seeing what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Before I can also put in my 2 cents, I keep quiet and see what's happening. You just don't go there and just start running your mouth and start saying, no. You sit down and see, okay, what's happening and
Yeah.
how can I help? What lane am I better suited in helping? Am I gonna be the one to go out and protest, or am I the one who
I mean,
do it on social
I
media? How
would,
am I
man, but
gonna
like
do it?
right now, there's nothing going on here. So
Of course. I
yeah.
mean, that's it. I
But that's
mean,
the
one
thing. Then
thing.
people say, "Why don't you join the online conversation?" Like I said, I would rather like monetarily help. Like I'd rather like donate than
You
like
help,
just post a
dude. Other people, you
blank
see,
picture on my Instagram.
other people want you to help how they would help.
Yeah.
When you can help how
Yeah.
you would help, you
Yeah.
help how you feel you can
Yeah.
help, and then you
Like
do
I
that.
feel is like right.
Mm?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like I was talking about, you see, one thing I've come to realize about society is that everybody loves black culture, but
Yeah.
don't like black
Like
people.
Jordan
Black
Lucas
culture
said.
is
Yep.
very
Just like
yeah.
no MJ,
Black culture is very
and I want to say
influential.
like just to pause you there. Just like that, people love subcontinental culture, which includes India and Pakistan,
Of
because
course,
people love
of
doing
course,
this, right?
everything
The
fusion.
Bhangra, right? You've seen
Mhm.
this. People love doing this,
Of
and
course,
then
even I,
yeah,
even
yeah,
the
that's
I
from
love doing
India.
that
Yeah,
as well sometimes.
and then
I know, but
people love Thai food. People love Chinese
mhm,
food. Do you know you can't even
mhm,
eat their real Chinese authentic food if you want it, because it's so different than the globalized Americanized Chinese
mm,
that we like, the Chinese
mm,
food we eat. Because
mm,
that's the thing. We all half-ass it, We all
mhm,
half-ass our love for black culture, Asian culture, brown culture, even like South American culture, Latina culture, because
mm.
Hispanic culture, I should say. Because
Okay.
the thing is, white, and when I say we, I mean like the media, because that's what we consume at the end of the day, and that's all coming from Netflix and like all these big American, corporations and
Of
everything.
course, of
So
course.
white people.
I mean,
So
you
that's what I mean.
you know
They're only like
you know what they say.
dipping their feet in there, but they're not really like indulging in all of it. Yeah.
I mean, that's just the thing. I feel like black
Maybe and
culture is
maybe
more
I feel like the only
influential.
exception I could give, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, would be like Black Panther. I felt that was still, it came close. It was different.
Mm,
I want to say completely, but that still at least
depends. Depends.
it just didn't hold back. I want to say
Mm,
it felt pretty like from again I I wouldn't say that I'm an expert on like all things
of course.
African
Black
or
Panther,
anything,
yeah.
but I would say that
All things Wakanda,
all
yes.
things Wakanda, but I would say
Mm,
that it tried better than others. I want to
mm,
say
mm.
it gave us a different look than black people just being all up in the hood or in the ghetto and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it did.
that's what I mean.
But but his brother was in the ghetto selling, I think it
True,
was dope or
true,
guns. Yeah, and
true.
then he killed him. So like that's the thing about black people. Black people have always been given slums and ghettos to live in, and they suffer, and then they also
Then
have
also get out
hatred
of it
within.
and like become very successful
Some,
people.
some,
Yeah,
some do it through music. Some do it through sports.
a
Some
lot
do
of
it
them do it
through,
through music and sports. Yeah.
yeah. Others do. I mean, you know, others do it like Michelle Obama. I was watching a
Mm-hmm.
documentary, Becoming. She said like one thing she realized when she went to, I think, Princeton. She realized that these white guys were not as smart because the legacy kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm here because I'm a legacy, the third
Legacy kid.
legacy.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's like a
exactly.
prodigy or
So
whatever they're called. Yeah.
exactly, because my dad is paying for the
Uh.
West Wing library. So like she said, some of these guys were not as smart as I was because
Mm.
you see, when you do the work and you actually go out there, you'll be like, actually five. Kobe Bryant said this. He said if you wake up at 3, work like let's say you wake up at 3, have something to eat, then you work like from 4 to 6, then 6 you go back home, shower, spend time with your family, take your kids to school, then you work out from like 8, from
Yeah.
8 to 10 exactly, then you rest, then you recover, whatever, then you wake up like from 6 to 8. You have had 3 workout sessions in a day. And if you do that like when you're growing up and then you reach a certain level, you see that people will never catch up to you because you've already done the work.
True.
There's
But
a
that's the thing. It's
saying.
just like, would you do it now, or like, would you rather just like wait? Because if you do it now, then you're already like miles ahead of everyone else. Because there's a
Exactly.
quote, I forgot who it's by, but it's like the only time that matters is now.
Of course.
That's what it's about, man.
And that's why Black people are really rioting and telling people like, listen, someone was saying like, why are they looting and breaking into
Because I don't
Trevor
blame
Noah.
them. I cannot
Yeah,
blame them at all.
Trevor Noah said it best. He said like, listen, we have a right to, like, the brothers, the brothers, there's the neighbor principle, which I learned in law, that
The tort
you have
of negligence, yeah.
yeah, you have a right to live a place better so your friend does not get injured, regardless if you know them, you don't, now it's like saying like the police officers made they have a right, a duty to serve and protect.
They do.
But exactly, but when you misuse that power, then people be
When
like,
you abuse
listen,
the power, exactly.
exactly.
People aren't gonna sit there.
People
and
like, yo,
watch,
bro,
man.
we're
Yeah.
tired. And have you seen these videos that most of the things that are being broken down or vandalized are actually not by Black people?
Yeah, they're from outside sources. Yeah,
exactly. No, some of them could be by Black people, but others
No,
are white people
I'm not
going.
even saying that. But the thing is, when this all happened, George Floyd passed away. There were peaceful protests all over the country. Peaceful protests, which is fine,
course.
which is your right. But then there were these outside sources coming in, joining the protest and saying, yeah, we're part of the protest, when all they had were like, malintentions, just like loot and like all that. There are threats that they're like about to like loot white people's houses, homes, and like they're about to rape their women. I'm not even kidding. They're about to, like, they said they would rape their women. Like, so
they're trying to say, oh, Black people are now savages. No,
yeah.
I don't know if that threat is true or not, but I don't think Black people have got time for that.
I've heard about Apple stores getting completely like, cleaned out, and like people are like looting everywhere and like setting fires and everything. I get that it's not the right way, and I get that most of these people are just having like fun in the wrong sense.
A protest is never the right way. A protest is a protest.
No, but
if you get tired,
a peaceful protest is one thing. Okay, but then there are people who get tired and they're doing this out of their anger. But then there are people who are doing this just because they're taking advantage of the situation, is also what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently Jake Paul stole something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jake Paul, the multi-millionaire. The guy, maybe not MJ, but I look up to, at least as far as his worth ethic goes. At least as far as worth ethic goes.
I tell people, I look at the whole package. Like, Logan Paul.
I don't know, man.
Logan Paul said this.
Logan Paul either, but
Logan Paul said this.
Yeah.
He's able to get away with some things because he's a white kid.
True.
Imagine if I did what Logan Paul did. Oh, look at this savage, this hooligan. Exactly. Look at this hooligan. That Japanese thing. If it was me,
you would be the one to get hanged next in that forest.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's just the truth. Yeah. Black people used to be lynched over small things, like just looking at someone, or someone just saying he looked at me, even if he didn't. Because no one. You
told me like Black people weren't like allowed to look at white women, or they would get like
exactly. Do you know that this kid was 12 years old and he got electrocuted because apparently he murdered 2 like 8-year-old kids, and then eventually they found out that he didn't. I'm like, how can an 8-year-old murder 2 6-year-old kids, like white girls? Then this guy on his deathbed said, listen, I'm the one who did it. He wanted to live with a clear conscience. I'm the one who killed those 2 girls.
Well,
so dude, how many times are people wrongly incarcerated?
So many, man. So many.
The mere fact, like,
but that's one thing. That's one thing. Like, it's just like the people get, like imprisoned for the wrong reasons, for without enough evidence and everything. But then, how many people have been killed in these police brutality cases without, without any basis, man? Like, the thing is, the U.S. says, oh, we don't believe in capital punishment, right? They don't, from what I know, they don't. But in our side of the world, they do. If you killed someone, we're gonna kill
Yeah.
you. That's how it is. Okay,
Stone to death. Yeah.
life for life. You know,
Eye for an
and
eye.
all that. Yep.
Mhm.
So what I find funny is in the U.S. they say, oh, we don't believe in capital punishment. This dude as well, the cop, is just gonna go to prison around 16 years, from what I've heard. It's not. I don't think it's
16,
25,
right?
but yeah, because that's fair, right? So what?
16,
So all I'm saying,
16 years.
yeah. So all I'm
Mm.
saying is that look at all the people who have died, all the black people who have died in these cases, man. And there are
Mm.
other cases as well that people don't want to talk about.
Bad.
There have been
Bad.
there have been like, because you know these cops, they're against any people of color, and I get that black people get it the worst, but there have been a
Oh,
lot
the
of cases
worst.
where like brown people, Muslims, have been just like either shot or even killed at times because they were
Hmm.
praying or anything like that, man.
Hmm.
There have been times, but like again, people don't want to talk about that.
I mean, people only talk about, like I always tell people, that some people don't care until it's them.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, one person gave a perfect example. Like, you only care about cancer when your mom got, God forbid that only when someone goes through that battle. That's when you want to become an expert. Now
Definitely,
you start
yeah.
reading, like, exactly. That's how some people work.
No,
Like I
that's
said,
true. Yeah,
exactly. You can't force people to say, "Yo, bro, let's fight for this." And people are saying like, "Yo, if you don't, if you keep quiet," I'm like, "Yo, bro." Other people generally don't care. Some people don't give a
but
rat's
whatever is
butt
happening
about some
is,
people.
I want to say, even though like there's a lot of violence and
Mm,
everything going on, it has a good intention at the end of the day, because
mm,
the intention is to, like I said, apart from the people who may be just doing this as a cover up, they're going like, oh yeah, I'm part of the protest, but they just want to steal
mm-hmm,
stuff and all that. Apart from
mm-hmm.
those people, what I'm saying is, even if there is violence, at least this is bringing enough attention to this matter, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe, hopefully, making sure that this doesn't happen again. Let's
Let's
see,
see.
man. Let's see. Yeah.
Let's see. Because those guys have got itchy
Trigger
trigger
fingers, yeah.
fingers.
You know, like
Exactly.
yeah, the protesters in DC, they're like around 20 feet away from the gates of the White House, man. And
Yeah,
there's
my
this
cousin's actually protesting.
that's good, man. And
Mm-hmm.
there was a picture showing how around this time, when
Mm-hmm.
Obama was president, the White House had rainbow lights on it because Pride Month.
Pride. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pride man.
and now the White House, when like around that time, right now with Trump as president, the White House is in darkness and he's hiding in the bunker.
Of
You know he's
course.
hiding in the bunker, right?
Of
Because
course.
he's
I
on.
mean,
Yeah.
didn't you also see that he actually had sex with minors, so he paid off the
Yeah,
families.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
saw the names.
of course.
Boys and
Oh,
girls.
boys and girls. I mean, guys, look at
Oral,
anybody
it
who
all. It had it all. It
exact.
said it all.
Look at anyone who hanged out with Jeffrey Epstein,
Jeffrey
Bill
Epstein,
Clinton.
exactly.
Exactly.
Clinton,
Bill.
Trump. There are other people. There are other white influential people there.
Exactly. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, there was no way that guy was like
Yep.
that guy committed suicide, man.
Uh, he was killed. No, Jeffrey Epstein was killed.
Yeah, everyone
It's
knows.
actually out
Everyone
there.
knows.
Of
Yeah,
course. Maybe it was Trump. Maybe it was Bill Clinton. One
who
of them.
knows, man?
Hillary. Who
It's
knows?
easy for
It-
them. It's easy for them.
Dude, money is power.
Yep.
The more money you have, the more invincible you can become. If you use it the right way, you can help other people. If you use it for yourself,
Mhm.
yay. I mean, we know this, man. Those people hide things. Even like 9/11, I was watching these things. These guys knew that there was something that was going on. You know.
I don't know. I don't want to get into, but from what I know,
No,
like
no.
I've heard,
Of course, of course, of course.
I've heard it was an
People
inside job. But
people say
I had
that.
nothing to do with it. I swear. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
do say that, but JFK's murder. I mean, isn't it funny? He got assassinated, and the person who apparently assassinated him was assassinated like 2 days later. I'm like, people.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do.
Dude.
Like in so many like bombings, right? On
Mm.
our side of the world. It's so funny, man, MJ. Like when I'd go out in Malaysia just to watch a movie or just to like go to my cousin's, which was all the way in KL, I would never take my passport with me because who carries around their passport with them? But
Neither do I.
in all these bombings, when they find the suicide bomber like dead, obviously like the exploded body and everything, they're in the remains. They were like, "Oh, we found a passport from Pakistan. We found a passport from Syria." Oh yeah, because the
Really?
bomber was taking his passport with
He's
him
got the due diligence.
right before,
Diligence
right before
to
he
carry
was
a passport.
right before he was leaving the house. His like mom was like, "Oh, are you taking your passport with you? Did you remember to bring it with you?" Like, come on, man.
So I was saying, like, even here in Malaysia, there was a Nigerian who was detained, and he died of a seizure in I don't know which thing. Apparently, they took photos and they can't find them. They gave him medicine. Bruh, let me tell you one thing. Black people are mistreated here. Like,
All over
I
the
do
world,
not.
man. Yeah.
Of course, dude. people ask me like, MJ, why don't you? I'm like, bruh, first of all, for me, if
Why
I'm
don't
just
you?
caught
Why
slipping,
don't you? What the hell are they trying to say,
no,
anyways?
no, as in my friend, I would say one of my friends, I won't mention his name, he was beaten up. I think went to a club, they saw him, and they messed him up. It was 4 against 1. It was so bad. The cut. He had a scar here. He was swollen. He was bleeding, and they found him. He was just
Where's he
sitting there
from?
like, yo, bro, what? From Zambia.
Damn, man.
And he went out one night just to have fun with the boys. He was left. He was drunk. These guys caught him, beat him up. Apparently, the police passed, and then he was like, "Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, he's Nigerian. You know how these guys are." Apparently, that's what they said. I wasn't there, so I'm just gonna take it from
Man, when
that
I'm,
perspective.
I can relate. I won't say I can relate, but I can understand because when I hear like one of my black friends, she was talking about how she was looking for accommodation in like
Of course,
Malaysia, and like when it
I'm also
clearly
looking
says
for.
no Nigerians, then what do you
Mm-hmm.
expect, man? Like, how can you have
I'm looking.
something against a country just like without any,
No,
How can you
listen,
generalize like that? Is what I'm saying.
listen. I'll say this one thing. Some Nigerians, some, not all,
Yeah,
some Nigerians are very, just like anywhere you go in this world,
yeah,
there's some people who are assholes,
yeah.
regardless of your race. There's some people who are assholes. This Miss Malaysia, former Miss Malaysia,
Mm.
you can tell. Privilege has a
Yeah,
bad
definitely,
thing.
definitely.
You have to check. Sometimes, like I always say, you and I, we've got some privilege from other people, but that doesn't mean we misuse it and say,
No,
you know what?
never. Yeah,
Exactly. We've been given opportunities that our parents maybe may not have had when they're growing up.
yeah.
You can either choose to take it to make yourself better, or just say, you know what, I'm privileged, I'm okay with this. It's your choice.
It's your choice at the end of the
You
day.
make a choice every day you wake up. Like, okay, do I choose to work hard or just be privileged? Or dad will send money. Like
Mm.
I'm fortunate. My dad, I just ask him if whatever he sends, I don't say, "Yo, dad, why you sending?" I'm just like, I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. I'm thankful and I appreciate it and I move on. You know, so that's just the thing, man. Like, Mr. George Floyd. Who else? The guy, I forgot. It was Aubrey who was running and he got
I'm
shot.
actually trying to look for the picture. I can't find it right now. There was a thing
Mm.
where it's like it's a picture that's half white and half black, and on the
Hmm.
white side it says, "I can go for a jog," okay,
Hmm.
and then on the black side it has the name of a victim who went jogging and who got killed.
Hmm.
Then I can go to Walmart, and then there's the name
Hmm.
of a black person who got killed because they went to Walmart. So
Hmm.
I can't find it right now, but yeah, I'll post it like in the edited like version when I put
You
this
know,
out.
I feel like that guy because the thing is, if a white man, police officer,
Yeah,
that was not murder, that was an execution. Like I said,
yeah.
you know, does that, the repercussions are not. They're not. You just lose your job or
Mm.
no? On what you resign with being what's that called? Resign with pay or something like that,
Yeah.
and then you go on and do. You know what happened after that guy murdered the black person?
Mm.
Then white people made something around like a barricade. What am my English, man? Like they made what can I say? They made a
Fences,
barrier, or
barrier. Okay.
they went hand in hand and made a barrier around his
A
house,
chain.
so
A chain.
nothing could happen to him. Why am I doing nothing could happen? Well, something was going to
To the
happen, but
cop.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, I did not know this, man.
white people in his neighborhood, yeah.
That's just another level of fucked
Black
up.
people are only loved when they bring value. LeBron James, like he's not black. Michael Jordan, like he's not black. Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson, Tiger
Shaq,
Woods, you know,
Shaq, The
Chris Tucker,
Rock, yeah,
Chris Tucker, Kevin Hart,
Obama.
Obama, Ice Cube, NWA. Everyone loves our music.
Yep, yep.
Everybody loves black culture.
Muhammad
Until it's time
Ali,
to
Mike Tyson.
Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson,
Yep.
Joe
Will Smith,
Frazier, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence,
Morgan Freeman.
hmm Morgan Freeman. At one point, Bill Cosby. Before
Yep, yep,
all
yep.
these things
Obviously,
happened.
yeah.
Exactly.
And the
O.J.
list goes on
Simpson.
and
At one
on.
point,
Yeah.
it goes on and on. Yeah, we mentioned them. We know what they did. We know what they
Did we
did
we did we
was
even
messed up.
mention Michael Jackson? Obviously.
No,
Yeah.
Mike, we know what they did. Was messed up. But before people knew that thing, the way
Yeah.
that people, Michael, did you see how white girls would be screaming, Michael?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's the
exactly.
thing, and like, fine. Even if you want to take someone from the new generation, Michael B. Jordan, right? The point is,
Yeah, we look alike.
the thing is, all I'm saying is, they only care when like they're
Yeah.
they're influential. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. If only like if you bring value or you
The
care, but
Weeknd,
everybody.
Drake, yeah, and like
Oh,
Chris Brown,
Drake. Oh,
Jason
he's so.
Derulo. Yeah, all white
I mean,
women
for me,
love Drake. Yeah,
oh, of course, I always tell you this. Chris Brown for me is the greatest entertainer, hands
yeah.
down. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Yeah, Jason, Jason, exactly.
Mhm.
And then, hmm, I saw a basketball player, Jalen Brown. He was marching. Former basketball player, I've forgotten his name. I saw Killer Mike is a musician.
Mhm.
The people who are like who are tired. You know, for
Yeah,
them, like one thing I can tell you, I come from Zambia. I
yeah,
may not truly fully understand because in Zambia I can walk down in the street, you know, and not be worried that a cop will pull up and shoot me.
yeah. But
That's one
anyway,
thing
like
I can
what
tell you.
happened now is it's like it's reached a point where you don't even have to be black to be against
Exactly. You
it.
don't
Yeah,
exact. Like people are like, okay, that dude, like guys, now this is just now
yeah.
ridiculous. Like this is just out of hand. Like guys, what are we doing now?
But you have a good point now that I realize like people were wondering like why is that so bad this time? This happens all the time.
Oh,
And
dude, it's
you're
because
right
people are
because
now
people have
fed
time.
up.
People have time.
Like people have time. We're like, bruh, look at this. Because now people are, what one thing the internet does is like now it shows you the injustices. Like, okay,
Yeah.
bruh, look at this. One woman was pushed off the balcony and they said it was an accident.
Mhm.
An accident. She was pushed. These young kids are punched in, like, dude, the tackle. Literally, when they were rioting, right? This old man, dude, this man should have been like 80 years old. You know, when you're 80, man, you can't walk as fast as you
No,
once
obviously
were, right?
not. Yeah.
Dude, this guy is really, and he was a white man, and this white guy just pushed him. Like, hey, I'm not taking, anything
Yeah,
away,
yeah,
but bruh,
those white supremacists. Yeah, I know what you mean.
exactly, dude. What you saw that? Is it the I think the KKK when the riot and when they didn't have the hoods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bruh. Supremacy, bruh. This is what happens. Do you think it will change anytime soon? No,
No,
but this is a good
this is it's a
start.
start. It's a start.
The
What
start.
are your
We
thoughts
go from.
on this this it's like in one of the protests in one of the cities
Mm.
this black person was like hand in hand with a white cop, like just to show that there can be peace and this is the message. I was kind of iffy about it.
Mm,
I don't know if like
mm.
I can
I
say
feel
that. I
like
don't
for
know,
now.
man.
I feel like for now
I feel like
because
it's too soon.
I
It's
feel
too
like
soon.
because yes, we can go about, oh yeah, not all white people. No, that's not what we're talking about right now. We're not talking
Yeah.
about, no, not all white cops. No, no, no. That's not the discussion right now. But we're
No.
discussing about the people, the white cops that kill black kids, kill black men, kill black women, and get
Mhm.
away with it. That kid who went in a church and shot up nine black people, and then after he was handcuffed, they even gave him water to
Water.
drink.
Yep.
Exactly. No one even stepped on his neck. They just had and they let him sit
I
there. George
Snoop
Floyd.
Dogg posted that and he was like,
Exactly.
would you like a steak with your water?
Exactly. While George Floyd, apparently, who had a counterfeit $20, apparently, was put on the ground, and he was
And
not even
killed.
resisting arrest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was not even
They
resisting.
didn't
Resisting
even
for me.
imagine the worst part is they didn't even want to arrest him, take him to jail. They couldn't even like. First of all, I don't even think this thing puts you in jail, but I don't know. But like, what I'm saying is, they didn't even put him in the car, man. They just
Hmm.
wanted to kill him on the ground, and
Yeah.
that's what's
Hmm.
fucked up about it.
And none of them didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, but the other one was just watching. The other cop
Yeah.
was like letting him do what he wanted. Like
I think he was.
imagine these things are premeditated. So just imagine the plan as they were going to like put this guy
Hmm.
down, like what they were
Hmm.
discussing in the car and everything. They're
Hmm.
psychopaths, man.
Hmm.
And I don't even know if this guy is gonna end up in like an actual normal prison.
Oh, if he goes to,
Because if
he
he
goes to
does,
normal
if he
jail.
does, because
Oh, he'll be shocked,
he's
bruh.
yeah, but he is definitely
He's
one hundred
left. You
percent
know what they'll
dead,
do is
100%
they'll
dead.
make a shank. You know
Yeah.
what they do sometimes? They'll make a shank and then shit and let it like so
So
what they
it
usually
infects,
do in
so it
prison.
infects, yeah, it gets infected
Exactly. Exactly. Then they'll stab him and then he dies from
from
infection right
infection.
there.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, we don't like being dark people, but hey, that's what they do, bro. Jail ain't not, and that's why I don't want to go to
I don't even
jail.
care
Ain't,
if it
ain't a
happens to
nice
him,
place, bro.
man. Yeah.
I
Because at
mean,
least from at least what
mm,
my religion says is like, if you take
mm,
someone's life, if first of all the Quran says
mm,
that the killing of one innocent person is as if you've killed all of mankind. That's what
true.
the Quran says.
Yeah.
So and it is like, okay, and when someone of yours dies, right, you have the
Mm,
choice to either forgive them, or or you are allowed to actually have them killed, because like I
mm.
said, eye for an eye, right? So
Yeah.
I would actually prefer for something that happened to this guy in prison or whatever. I don't think he has a
Mm,
right to live.
mm.
That's my
Should be
opinion.
hanged. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
That's
they
your
don't
life.
do hangings there. So what I'm trying to say is like, shank, shank all the way. Hashtag shank.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, gotta be dark sometimes, ain't it? Yeah, but that's just the
Mhm.
thing, Mr. Best. Like, it's a sad day. It's a sad month.
Sad
Now,
month. It's
people
a sad year.
exactly.
It's a sad year.
I wouldn't say for me. I've really enjoyed
But
2020.
I'm just like,
I
I get that people don't mind the quarantine and stuff, but there's a deadly disease going around, and like even
it's
just the start of it. Like, let's even if you want to list things, like first of all, Kobe passed away. If that still matters to people, but that's one thing. Then this
of
deadly
course,
disease is around.
of
Then
course,
this, yeah, whatever happened with George Floyd, right? This
of
happened, and it's
course,
just like,
of course,
yeah, man, it's just bad.
of course. I'm not saying. For me, my perspective is like it's been a great year because now people are seeing
Yeah,
what's
yeah. In
important
that
to
sense, in
them.
that
People
sense,
exactly.
it
People are now
changed.
trying to. People are saying like, okay, bruh,
Power to
this
the
thing is
people.
important.
Power to the people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is now important to us. Like, bruh, we're tired. Our
Mhm.
women are being raped. Our men are being killed. You know, daughters. Kids are growing up without their dads.
Yeah,
Without their
definitely.
mothers.
Yeah.
Because the strongest people seem to forget the strongest unit in the world is a family unit because that's
Yeah.
where people learn certain things. It takes a village. That's why certain people learn how to be creative. If your father used to abuse you, you can either be one or two things: either be an abuser yourself or be
Yeah.
great. Those are the only two options you have.
Just
But if
like
your
Terry
dad
Terry
was like
Cruz's story, his dad was like,
exactly,
yeah,
of
very abusive.
course,
Yeah.
most of these guys, George Floyd is a good man. Apparently, not apparently, he has two kids, and I feel like he might be
Mhm.
a great dad. Who knows? I wasn't there, so he could have been.
Yeah.
You know,
Either way,
apparently
the
he
point
was.
is, whatever he was,
Hmm.
he didn't deserve to die. Is what it is at the end
Exactly.
of the day.
we,
So
we're not we can't play God in life. We have
exactly.
no right to play God. Like I say, like I'm not the most religious person. I'm still discovering faith, and I'm
Mhm.
studying, I'm doing these things. Like, why is it important to have faith and stuff like this?
Yeah,
So I just always say, one of the things it says, you can't play God. You
definitely,
can't say,
man.
oh, this is good for me, but that's bad for, you know what I'm saying? You can't play God. So with this whole situation with this Miss Malaysia thing, like I
That was
personally
like
don't
really disgusting what she said,
I
man. Like,
personally I personally don't care for her because most people don't understand what it's like to be black. Most people who stay here don't understand, like, oh bruh,
no, don't
every
say
day
it.
I
Just say
have to.
like, most people don't understand what it's like to feel discrimination,
No, they
to be
don't. Most of
discriminated.
people don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
that, yeah, you should
obviously,
say that,
even
like, because
if you look at
I don't
her.
understand what it's like to be black, but I know what it's like to feel discriminated.
Oh yeah, okay,
That's what it, yeah.
let me correct that. I looked at her like, she's a pretty girl. Obviously, guys would just
Yeah,
drew. She
guys left
says
and right, money,
anything,
money, 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 money,
exact
all
money.
that.
She
Yeah,
says anything, and people just like,
yeah,
I'm
you
like,
go, girl, yes, queen, yeah, and all that.
exact.
Yep.
Remember what you and I used to say. Like I said, most people, if you want to know your demons, spend time with yourself. You will figure
Definitely,
it out.
man. Yeah.
You will find them every day. I spend time with myself, and I'm finding out my demons. I'm finding out what
It,
I'm good
it, it
at, what
makes you
I suck
stronger,
at.
man. It does,
It
because
does. It does.
it makes you learn. It cuts out all the bullshit of people
Mm-hmm.
around you. It lets you
Mm-hmm.
focus,
True.
and that's what people need.
Yeah, but as I said, I'm not giving it any attention or focus. The focus is on the the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, definitely,
Before
man.
anyone says, "But all lives," I'm like, bruh,
Those
listen,
exactly,
please,
exactly.
please,
That's literally
listen,
like,
listen. This is not for you. This
I
is
think
not for
I'm
you.
not sure if it was Jordan Lucas, but I think I think it was. But I've heard this. Like, if you say all lives matter, that's a protest to the
Yeah,
Black
it's a
Lives
protest.
Matter
Yeah,
protest.
he's right. Even being is it a masculinist or whatever is a protest to feminism.
Mhm. I guess
You know,
so.
yeah, it's true. I mean, listen, I am not a female. I do not know what females go through. Like, I can understand if a black girl and I were in a room, we'll be discriminated hardcore, bruh. But I do not know what it's like to be a black woman in this world, where it's the white man's world, a man's world. You know what
Yeah,
it feels
we
like to
all know
go.
who that man is when they say it's a
Of
man's world.
course,
It's a
it's
white
a white
man.
man's world, my guy. This is
Mhm.
a man's world, white man's world. But James Brown, exactly.
But anyways, so what I was coming at is like, personal matters, right? That's what it's about at the end of the day. Look, The Joker was a great movie, but he brought his personal life, the fact that his mother mistreated him and everything, he brought that out into the world. And in the end, he just said society, right? That's why there's a whole meme called society. You just blame it all on society. Society is you. Society starts with you,
Mm-hmm.
what you're
Yep,
doing.
true.
So
Culture also
this,
starts with you, ain't it?
yeah,
You're
MJ,
right.
this one time, there's one of these
Mm.
police brutality cases. I've told you about this before. This one
Mm.
man, again, black man got killed. Innocent black
Mhm.
man, from what I know. And
Mm.
later it was found out that cop, his wife had cheated on him with a black person.
And
So
you see?
that's why his suppressed anger, he was just letting it out
Mm-hmm.
on an innocent
Mm-hmm.
black man. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
happens, man. Like, don't bring your personal issues into your professional life.
True. True. And
Or
that's why
just
I've made
don't
a
bring it
decision.
outside of your house. You know, the other people
Mm-hmm.
don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Deal with your shit, man.
Yeah.
No
But
one
that's
no
what
one
people
can do
won't
it.
do, because
If
when
you
you
don't
can
want to
buy a
deal with your
gun, when you can buy a gun easily, you're either going to shoot yourself or you're going to shoot someone else.
true.
Yeah.
I was
Whoa,
watching
we just
Tiger
want to
King.
hunt. We just want to hunt. Yeah, sure.
We just want to hunt black people. Yeah, you know they used to hunt black people, right? You know this, right? It was a
I didn't know
sport.
that. I
You didn't
didn't
know
know
that?
that.
Dude, they used to literally hunt black people like the hunt ducks or whatever they used to do. Literally, the dogs would chase black people and they're laughing and hunting black people. They made a sport about it. Yeah, dude, black people went through a lot. Dude, there were camps where they'll take the alpha male and rape him in front of everyone so they could show like I'm the boss here. The greatest, dude, like when people are growing up, you see, if you look at NFL, let's just look at, I'll talk about NFL because the quarterback, though they say the black man can't play the quarterback position because he's not intellectually as smart as a white man.
Even now,
He
I
who
feel like
could,
most quarterbacks are white.
most of them, yeah, there's this stereotype of black man is not as intelligent. And two, we also Barack Obama shut a white man up. It was like, you see,
Yeah.
this is what they want you to think. He who controls the narrative
Yeah.
controls history.
Definitely, man.
Everyone
like,
now knows Christopher
yeah.
Columbus was a dick. He
Yeah.
went to exactly. We know that now.
He was a bad
But
person.
long time
yeah.
ago, exactly. You
They
see,
still have a city named after him, though, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah.
exactly. You see, this is what we tell people. Like when I was a kid, I didn't understand most of these things. There was that necessary song, blah blah black ship, and then if you actually look at the lyrics, you say this is racist as
Really?
f, bruh.
What are the lyrics?
I want you open the lyrics right now and read them out. Give you time. Ladies and gentlemen, intermission. Yes. Who wants to be a racist? No one. Let's go.
One second, I'm just clearing up my notifications. Okay. Black. No, wait. Blah, blah, blah. No, wait.
Black
Baba,
sheep,
sorry.
yeah.
Baba, black sheep
Sheep.
lyrics.
Read them out.
Okay. Baba, black sheep. Should I sing it or should I just read it? I'm just
Read
gonna
it. Read it.
Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Three. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for the master and one for the.
Uh-huh.
One for the little boy who's down the lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the master. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blah blah black sheep. Black sheep meaning referring to a black
Oh.
person. Have you ever any wool cotton picking? Pa, pa, pa. That's what I'm telling people, guys.
We
We
used to
have
sing
to.
this when we were kids, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like we have to educate. Sometimes education has screwed us up to think we cannot be as smart or as intelligent as a white man. When everything that's great about this world, music.
I always
R&B,
thought they were talking
jazz.
about an actual sheep that was black.
No, man, they're talking about a black person who picks.
Now that
Who's
it
picking
makes
up,
more sense, because are there even any black sheep?
I think there. I'm not sure.
I've never seen one.
I'm not sure. I can't say. I can't
right
speculate. Hey, let's Google it actually.
Black sheep. It's very rare, but they aren't black. They're brown.
Balake sheep. Yep. There's a horror though. Black sheep. Horror comedy.
Black lambs are born when both parent sheep are heterozygous.
A black sheep is used to describe an odd.
No, well, I know that. Yeah. See, like I was just getting notifications. Oh, but someone posted a picture for the first time. Someone posted a picture for the first time, and I clicked on it. It's a black picture. It's a black picture. Like, I don't think you're doing much, but while just like posting these
Dude,
black pictures.
dude, posting is literally the easiest thing you can do.
Yeah, I guess.
You
I'm
know,
not
you
saying
and I.
I'm doing much. Me and you were just talking.
Yeah,
But
no,
still,
we're just talking about it. But at least we're talking.
at
I'm
least we're
not saying,
talking
listen,
about it. At least
we're
we're
talking about it. But the thing is, like, yes, everyone is playing that part. Even I can't say, oh,
Yeah,
bro, what they're doing is
I'm
wrong.
not against them. I'm just
Exactly,
saying,
everyone is
like,
doing that part.
I'm just saying, can you not do something more, something else? Is all I'm
We,
saying.
all of us, not only them, all of us have to do something more.
Yeah.
All of us have to do
No,
something great.
I'm gonna donate, man, to the
Mm.
I feel like that's the best of to the best of my ability. That's what I can do right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and talk about it. You know,
I mean, my parents
let us
wouldn't
know
let
where
me
you're.
go to the protest if we were there in the U.S. right now, but I would have. I would have literally. And not to like
Sooner or
cause
later,
any riots, but
of
I want to be
course.
part of the movement.
Sooner or later, you have to stand up and fight for something.
Definitely,
We
man.
all have to. Are we gonna fight for the human race? If you fight for yourself,
I don't think the
maybe you can fight for yourself.
yeah
But
the rich white man cares, right?
no,
So
dude. Like those guys just look at us. Colin Kaepernick, all he did to protest was kneel down.
kneel down during the national anthem,
What? That's all he did.
and he got
That's
so
all.
much for it.
That's all. That's all the man did. I didn't understand because listen, I also had to educate myself. Like, why is he doing this? You know, I'm not. I never used to watch NFL that much, but he got the attention as why is he doing this? Why is this important to him? He
Now you
did
get it.
this exactly. Now I understand. Like, bruh, because I'm not American, but I'm seeing what's happening to the African American. Because obviously, also growing up, you know, we do see the entertainers, the Ushers, the Chris Browns, and whatever from America, because that's what we consume on the majority. You know, but when you start educating yourself, like, yeah, there's a problem in America. Now I understand why Colin Kaepernick knelt down
Do
and he
you
did
think
this.
that the term African American should be a term to begin with? Shouldn't it just be
I,
American?
I can speak for them.
No, but
I'm African.
what would your opinion be on this?
For the term African American, that's up to them.
Because I feel like
That's up to them.
it's
Listen,
weird because
mm,
why does
mm,
a white man get called American, but why does a black man get called African American when the only real American is the Native American who they've completely like banished from this world. Those were the real Americans, but white people, they're European Americans. They all came from Ireland and all these Germany and all these places from Europe. You know that, right?
mm,
You know most of these white Americans, they came from Europe.
mm-hmm.
If not most, I feel like all of them, because the native people of this land were Native Americans. You know the ones.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is they should be called European Americans in that sense. If like black people have been here as long as white people have been here,
Mm-hmm.
then they should be called Americans.
Yeah, but that's like I said, like that's on for the African Americans to decide. Like I always say, like I can only see and what's happening to my brothers there in America. Because
Yeah.
for me, I know, like I know my roots. Like
Is your
one thing
family okay there? Like in the
yeah,
US?
everyone's okay. I mean,
What
they're
state
okay.
are they in again? Oh, they're in
Maryland,
Maryland. Okay. Any
Yeah,
protests there?
Maryland. I think the protests everywhere.
Mm. I hope they
Yeah,
stay
but
safe, man. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think they are. My parents are of the older side these days. They're getting younger, but not the good kind of younger.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can speak for them. That's first for them to decide. I'm from Zambia. I know my roots. I can tell you, this is my grandfather. May so rest in peace. This is my grandmother.
Mhm.
This is where my father is from. One thing that I've always admired about African Americans is how they've created their own culture when they went there. They created their own music. They created
Yeah.
their own food, soul food. They created this. They created that.
They own trends and everything. Yeah, and they're free to do that.
Which
Man.
white
Yeah.
which white people
Which white people want, they love.
no,
Yeah.
no, not which they love, which they profit off of.
Profit off of, and they also like try to be part of it, like, but they half-ass it is what I said. You
Yeah,
know?
but that's the thing. Like, like 50 Cent said, Eminem is a white man who's good at a black man's game.
Yeah.
You can have Eminem is one of the greatest rappers alive.
Yeah.
You can go cry about it if you want. Go cry. You send me the pictures of you crying.
He completely indulged and dived in the whole
Hmm.
black culture and everything, and he did it right. he did it right, is what I want to say. He
Yeah.
has good.
I mean,
He's like really, really good friends with black people and everything, and like he's considered black for a lot of black people. He's considered black. The point I'm trying to make, and which is weird because he came from like where he like his roots and
Detroit, right?
everything, like Detroit, and the point is like
Mm.
he called himself trailer trash, and those
Mm.
people are the ones who are like the most against black people. But he was someone who was open to like learning about it because he knew
And
this
Dre
wasn't his.
helped him.
Yeah, Dre obviously.
Mm.
But what I'm trying to say is that he did it right. He did what like other white people should learn from. I'm not saying everyone should be a rapper, but what I'm saying is he learned how to respect the black culture in the right way,
Mm.
and he never
Culture.
culture appropriation exactly.
We do talk about this.
I don't think he
But the thing,
ever even pissed off the black community or anything.
no, but no one goes after Eminem because that guy
Yeah,
is
that's true.
insane. He's got rhymes for days, man. He used to study the dictionary just to learn new words. Like what you
Yeah.
say, he'll call you things you've never heard, bruh.
Mm,
But at the end of the day, but obviously there's two great rappers who are black: the Tupacs, the Biggies,
definitely, man.
the
Kendrick Lamar,
Jay-Z's, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole.
J.
Drake.
Cole, yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. So, yeah, man, nothing to say against that. But hopefully, what will happen now with this, we're gonna say change. It's gonna be now. It'll
I
be
feel like we need
one thing.
more. We need more like influential people talking about this as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
No.
I know Snoop Dogg
Mhm.
is very open about this, very vocal about this always, but
Hmm.
I don't know if Drake has said anything. I don't know if anyone like
Don't know.
yeah, but I want to see more of that because I feel like that
Mm.
is needed. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, man. But let's see.
Especially
Let's see
the
what
most
happens.
influential people. The best example I always give you for influential female, influential male, influential
Mm.
male, Drake, influential female. Take Kylie Jenner. Like these people, they can literally control the youth to a certain extent. I'm not saying they're like
No,
on the
no,
top.
I agree with Drake, but I'm saying, what would Kylie say
No,
about
because
this?
she's considered like the queen of Instagram and everything. That's why.
Mm.
So I feel like
Mm.
if she says something today,
Just
the
Selena
whole world
Gomez,
follows
actually.
it. All her followers follow it. So that's what I mean. Like people like these people in like such high places, they need to say something.
Yeah,
Like
and
there's always Billie
also,
Eilish. There's Selena
yeah,
Gomez. Yeah.
yeah. No, Billy did
Sure.
say something about it.
I wouldn't know. Of course
Hmm.
you would know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would because I love Billy,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I love her music. I say if it's good, I will like it.
Wait, who has the
I do
most
not.
followers on Instagram? I think it's Ronaldo, isn't it?
Of course, my
Yeah.
my actual father.
Ronaldo,
Isn't he
for sure.
white? No, I'm just joking, guys. Come on,
He's
come
not
on.
white,
Yeah,
anyways. He's
yeah,
he's
exactly.
considered
Yeah,
Hispanic. Yeah.
yeah. No, but that's just what I'm saying, bro. Like at the end of the day, we can't. You and I cannot pick and choose who should do this and
No,
who should do that.
but I'm just saying like
Yeah, but
good
it's up to
see
them.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's up to them.
I wish I
either
was
you-
in a high enough spot to like do more. Is what I'm saying. So I like
Dude,
that's
it
what I'm
doesn't.
just
We
saying,
don't
like,
have to be. What we're doing here, I
yeah.
think, is.
But like
is
someday when I
getting-
am, man, I'm definitely gonna give
Mhm.
back. Definitely.
And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Huh? Started the
Or, you know,
podcast.
that podcast.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think
let's just-
best. Do you wanna end it? Anything inspirational? Any motivational quotes to say?
Well, I mean, I started off with the one that like I was really like moved by lately. The one what Will Smith said, like racism isn't getting worse; it's just getting filmed. And
Mhm.
I just want to reiterate that because
Mhm.
yeah, we're just getting to see it now, but this has been going on for centuries, and like something
Mhm.
needs to be done about it.
Mhm. Black
Yeah.
people used to get lynched, used to get raped, so much.
Yeah.
How do you think coloreds came about? Because these slave masters were having sex with
Yeah.
black women and giving birth to kids that were
Bastard children. Yep.
who are light skinned. Come on, guys. Like I say, for me, it's your duty to educate yourself. Don't look at other people and have this self-righteous thing of I posted, someone else didn't. No, focus on this. It's
Yeah.
not about us. It's about America. It's about George Floyd, not about us. If your friend decides not to post, that's on them. Nothing to do with you. That's how
It's
life
about
is.
color. It's about color. Can we say
Exactly.
that? Like, yeah. Black,
It's
brown,
about human race.
Asian. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't focus on what other people are doing. You decide how you can make a change and
Yeah.
help.
Be the change you
this
want to see in the
movement.
world. Yeah, that's what they say.
BLM guys, Black
BLM,
Black
Lives
Mothers, Black Lives Matter for real.
Mhm.
Black love matters. Black lives matter, guys. So for me, I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna keep a watchful eye on what's happening.
Same.
Exactly. And
Let's pray for things to get better, man. Yeah.
exactly. And that's all we can do for us right now because I'm in Malaysia.
Hmm.
All right, guys. Peace, love, and cheese. And may George Floyd's soul rest in
Rest in
peace.
peace.
Mm.